Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. These readings are totally free. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Six of Pentacles, material success. Okay? The harmonious result, right? The successful result of your efforts. The struggle, right, is over. This is beauty. This is harmony. This is grace. This is love. This is like, thankfully, right? This is here. This is the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's here now. Okay? So I feel like with this card, you have been struggling. I feel like you're just getting out of a really challenging period of time. We've got to put this card into some context. This is a success after a disappointment, after a struggle, after a lot of worry. The light at the end of the tunnel is here. Why? Because you didn't give up. You trusted in your intuition. This is a card that's very particular to Taurus. It is the moon in Taurus. You never gave up. You always were able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You knew it was there. Here it is. There's the Queen of Pentacles. The Prince of Wands. Queen of Wands. You never gave up. The Four of Cups. And the Nine of Cups. So I feel like you're not celebrating yet necessarily. I think first comes the relief that the struggles are over. Then comes the realization that your life is continuing to improve in this way. So you're overcoming a very big challenge in your life right now. Okay, and at first it's going to be it's going to be a little shocking. I think at first you're going to kind of have that Four of Cups, like almost, do I believe it? Like, is this real? You know, is this actually happening? Or let's wait. Let's test it. Let's make sure. Let me go to sleep. Let me wake up tomorrow. If it's still here, then I'll celebrate. Okay? We're not trying to count the chickens too quickly, you know. Trying to make sure everything is what it is. And so it feels a bit of a cautious energy here. Over here we have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Emperor. We have a Four of Wands and an Eight of Pentacles. A lot of fire and a lot of earth. Your manifestations are working, okay? This is pure magic. Yeah, pure magic here. And the result of your magic is your happiness, right? Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it over here with Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. It will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during this program you may feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put that prediction in the comments. Okay, let's use this intuition that has guided you this far. Okay, and let's look around the room. Major Arcana, we've got 1. And it's the Emperor. Okay, it's the Emperor. There is a vigilance in you, okay? I think some of your past maybe has contributed to a little bit of distrust or a little bit of, because I kind of feel like you're not really too keen on working with a bunch of other people, right? It's kind of like if you want something done right, you do it yourself, kind of that attitude, right? But with the Six of Pentacles, I feel like that is like a successful group. I feel like everybody's working together. Like I feel like there is, and we have the 3 court cards to sort of confirm that. I feel like you are getting involved with a group, or it is a group effort that is bringing you to this success. Okay, and it may be that we had to trust in that, because it's not our nature to really to want a lot of people around. It's not your nature to be a part of a team. I think you work better independently, and I think because there has been a lot of mistrust. Okay, but the Emperor in the environment too, I'm also getting these kind of father figure vibes, and I don't know what your relationship is with the paternal energy, the masculine force that helped to raise you when you were a kid. So the father figure doesn't have to necessarily be dad, but something like that. What is your relationship to that person now? What was the relationship back then? And what is that relationship now? Okay? Because I think that played a big role in your, I don't know, sort of in your tenacity, right? Maybe dad wasn't all that encouraging when you were younger. Maybe there are still some issues that are lingering with that father figure. Okay, that maybe we may be dealing with those now. Okay, we have not only with the major arcana, but we've got a lot of fire, and we've got a lot of earth. Okay, and then of course we have our water, and sometimes with the Four of Cups, the water is here saying almost like we don't believe we can do it. Because in this process of manifestation, your heart and your mind are the key. We have all the fire. We've got all the earth. But if your heart and your mind are not in alignment, this connection will never be made. Okay. So I feel like what you had to do with that Four of Cups is really choose to trust this path. Choose to believe that you deserved this. Choose to trust that you could do it. You chose to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You choose to keep the faith. You chose to believe. Yeah, and here it is. Your Queen of Pentacles is looking back at the past. You're looking at the long and winding road, and you're appreciating the journey that you've been on. What I feel is happening is that you're switching from this very fierce and ambitious Queen of Wands. You're transitioning into kind of that happy life, okay? Because the Queen of Pentacles usually represents a turning point. That we're looking at the long and winding road, the ups and downs, the twists and turns of life, right? We're looking at all of that, and we're sort of like almost appreciating it. Where I think we're appreciating that it's over. Right? That we've gotten through this phase of the journey. I don't know what you're doing, if this is work or school, family, friends, spirituality. I don't know what it is. But we're appreciating the path that we've taken. We're appreciating all the struggles of our lives. We're appreciating that we got to the opportunity to turn on our ambition and manifest, right? And strive. Even though it was difficult. There were a lot of challenges, but look where you are now. The Queen of Pentacles is sitting pretty. The Queen of Pentacles is in this very successful state. It's kind of like, I know that who I am today is because of all the challenges I've been through in my life. Every one of them molded me and shaped me and in a way guided me to who I am today. I don't want to repeat any of those, but I appreciate them for what they were. And in fact, when we look at the past, we see the Queen of Pentacles, or the Queen of Wands, which that is a Sagittarius energy. And Sagittarius is associated with that art or temperance card, which is the pressure cooker, the blacksmith's anvil, right? So we're able to look back at all of those challenges of life and understand and appreciate them for how they molded and shaped us into who we are today. Okay, now we're very happy to be done with those energies, and I think we're ready for that turning point toward kind of releasing all of this fierce fire energy. This is someone with kind of maybe a little bit of a temper. This is somebody who, the Queen of Wands, somebody who has very intense ambition, doesn't have any room for sensitivity, isn't all that cordial or kind, always. isn't very sensitive to the needs of others, kind of says, look, I'm here and I'm on fire and this is what's happening. You know, very assertive. Very, very assertive. It's not easy for this card to accept the water energy. It's antagonistic. To have this happiness, we have to sort of put down this fierce ambition a little bit. We've got to be able to regulate that enough, because we want to feel the happiness. We want to feel the love and abundance in every dimension, right? This is really feeling joy on the physical, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative planes. This is really like feeling the happiness, okay? But to do that, we have to be able to turn away a little bit from this Queen of Wands who just says, more, 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 fight, 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 fight. It's not over. Like, this is somebody who just doesn't want to take their armor off. This is somebody who doesn't ever, like, doesn't know how to just, like, sit down and relax and have a good time, you know? So the fire and the water are a bit incompatible here. This served its purpose. I think we're saying thank you to that part of ourselves, that kind of never quit, Goonies never say die kind of attitude. But now we've arrived somewhere, okay? And that was like the discomfort, growth takes discomfort. It's the challenge. It's the pressure cookers. It's all the blacksmith's anvil. We're out there, kind of just getting worked over by life, okay? And that's the uncomfortable thing. And of course, this is comfort and joy and delight. And I think it's a transitional period for you. I think we're appreciating this, but we're saying, okay, you know what? I'm going to enjoy my life in a different way. Okay. What's one thing that you can let go of today? Maybe this is somebody who is still holding on to a lot of this ferocious energy, maybe even in anger. Can we let go of some of that today? Can we let go of this, maybe it's a feeling that we don't deserve to really feel the happiness, that I just need to keep fighting and struggling and striving, and I'm never good enough, it's never enough. And I think this is an unconscious programming, something that tells us no matter how good life gets, no matter how much we get done, no matter how much we accomplish, we never feel like we've really earned anything, The Queen of Pentacles, oh yeah, they've earned it. They've earned it, okay? You've earned your success, and you've earned the right to just enjoy it for right now, okay? The Four of Cups sometimes is this feeling of, I'm kind of refusing the joy. And maybe, maybe we feel like once we actually embrace this success and we feel good about where we are, it's going to be taken away, or it's going to be revealed as a mistake, or it's going to be revealed to be something other than what it is, right? So we're still a little guarded, okay? This is a self-protective. This is like we've barricaded our heart a little bit. We've closed it off a little bit because we don't want to make ourselves vulnerable, okay? So what are we opening ourselves up to? Well, is it love? Is it joy? Is it gratitude? Is it abundance? Is it just pleasure and delight? And just like having a happy life, feeling good about where we are and what we're doing? Or are we kind of looking back at the Queen of Wands and thinking, no, I need to be stressed out about stuff. If I'm not stressed out, I'm not fighting, I'm not struggling, then what am I, Good things are happening for you. And I think that you need to make sure that the way forward is through this water energy, that we focus on the gratitude, the love, we radiate out joy and positivity. Okay. Underneath the surface is the Prince of Wands, more fire energy. This is somebody with their foot on the gas and is just keeping it there until something tells them to stop. It's a very consistent energy. You have this is fixed, right? This is a fixed fire energy. Okay, and I've been thinking about that word. It's fixed. It means it's stuck in place, right? But fixed is also like it was broken, now it's fixed, right? And now that it's working, I'm just going to work it. Now that it's working, I want to just use it no matter what, all day, all night. Okay? Sometimes we have to ease down, Ripley, you know? Sometimes we have to say, okay, we're out of that phase. We're out of that challenge. We're out of the pressure cooker. So we can take the foot off the gas. We can let the energy calm down. It's kind of saying with this Four of Cups that we've gotten out of the storm. We're in the safe harbor now. Let's enjoy it, and let's, like we've been speeding through the waters to get away from the storm. We've gotten out of there. It's the Aliens movie, right? They're Ripley's speeding that car thing that they're driving, that tank, and she's flooring it. And they break out of the compound, and they're just driving through the terrain, and Hicks is like, or Hudson, or I can't remember, Hicks, I think, tells her to ease down. Right? That we're away from the danger now. We can slow down, we can stop the car, and we can get out and figure out what we want to do, And that to me is the Four of Cups, that we've gotten away from the storm, but we're still cautious. We're still like looking around, waiting for the other storm, waiting for another one to come. Okay. And I think that's important because you've learned your lesson. The Queen of Pentacles is understanding the past. Okay. But eventually we're going to have to kind of let go of that and transition over to the joy, the beauty, the love, the delight, and the abundance. The holiday, right? The holiday. Yeah. We're looking for harmony here, right? Not so much the domination. We don't have to be in warrior mode right now. Yeah. The one thing we don't see is air energy here. So I don't know what you're thinking about. I don't know what kind of things are on your mind. I don't think that you know. Because I think we've been in fire mode, we've been in warrior mode, we've been in emperor mode for a long time. I think we're trying to switch over now to empress mode. Trying to switch over to just receiving and taking care of what we've built and enjoying what we've built and interacting with it. And so I wonder, like, what's been on your mind? What kind of things are you thinking about? What kind of things do you want to think about? It's almost like somebody who's been in this fire energy for so long that they don't really know what they feel anymore. They don't really know kind of what their opinions are, what their beliefs are, what their interests are. It's just, well, I don't know. I've just been in warrior mode. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. What are we going to do next? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. What are you going to do when you reach your goals, Joe Montana, you won the Super Bowl. Now what are you going to do? He says, I'm going to go to Disneyland. Remember that from the 80s? But I don't know that because I think when we first come to this stopping point of the Six of Pentacles, this success, we're going to look back and we're going to think, holy smoke. We're going to look back at all the dust behind us and think, wow, oh my gosh. And it's like, hey, what are you going to do now? And you're like, I don't know. I'm still looking at the road. I haven't calmed down enough yet to really start thinking about what I want to do from here. Okay, what we're going to do from here is Nine of Cups, though. You've got to pursue something that interests you. Maybe we're getting out of this this fierce warrior, fire to earth manifestation, very ambitious kind of work energy. And we're just saying, I don't know, but I'm going to just pursue my interests. I'm going to pursue the things I love. I'm going to pursue those things in life that give me joy and delight. Okay, joy and delight. I feel like you've been through a lot of fire and you've learned a lot. Okay? And every twist and turn of the road you were on taught you something. Okay? And I think that you're realizing that there's something magical about life. Something's been guiding you all along. And I think that this is, we're kind of switching into a new mode. Yeah, let's talk about the path of the serpent. As we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed, please do. The readings are totally free. Okay. And leave me some comments. I really do enjoy reading all of your comments. I read all of them. I try to reply to as many as I can. But that's my favorite part of this, is hearing from all of you. I feel like right now you need some quiet time to think, because we're trying to see like what we're going to do next. Like, where do we want our life to go? Maybe you're reaching a period of the Six of Pentacles. Maybe this is a transitional period from your career. Maybe it's retirement. Maybe this is like, well, I'm done with school, but now what do I want to do? Or I'm done with that phase of my life. I'm done with that relationship. Now what do I want to do? It's kind of like I'm out of the fire, and I don't want to just turn and go into another fire. What do I want? Now, who's wearing the bright red outfit? Somebody's wearing like a bright red. I don't know if it's a dress or what it is, but it's bright red. I don't know if that's you or somebody around you. But it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe colors are really a thing for you. Maybe you've been feeling that kind of fire, and so, that's how we are expressing ourselves too. And maybe this is really a transition now into some kind of cooler colors, into some different vibes. Yeah, more of a happy vibe. Anyway, the Three of Pentacles is your general energy. You understand how things work. You understand this process of manifestation on the physical plane. You're confident. I want something. I know what I have to do to make it happen. The key is in your thoughts and feelings, right? Your heart and mind, the air and water. I think that you've been trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, and your heart's been in it. Your heart's been stable, and you've been getting the manifestation. You've been getting the results. But now it's kind of like we're asking, okay, we understand how to do that. Now, what do we really want to do? Maybe you've been through, you did school, boom, you got your degree, good. Okay, well, but what do you want to do with your life? I feel like with all the struggles that you've had and all the accomplishments that you're achieving right now, we might still have this idea of, I don't know what I want, what I really want to do with my life. I've never thought about it. I'm 44 years old. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I'll maybe never know. I'm just going to keep growing, and we'll find out. So maybe we're not thinking here. We don't have the Swords cards because we're not really trying to figure it out. I don't care about a plan. I care about a feeling. And maybe the feelings that you want is, well, you want as much joy and delight and love and harmony and resonance and connection as you can get. You want to taste sugar, You want the sweetness of life. And if that means, I've got to keep working hard and just, I'm going to find something else to apply my efforts to, but it's going to be led by what feels right. It's going to be led, and maybe that's what led you here in the first place. You followed your heart. And guess what? Paying off. Six of Pentacles. Follow your heart again. What's going to pay off this time? Okay. So that Three of Pentacles here is your ability to do the work. You know that if you work it, it's going to work. And it's kind of like, well, what now? What's going to feel the best? What's going to feel right going forward? Okay. Did you write a letter to a loved one recently? Maybe it is a father figure. I kind of feel like there's an older male in your energy that passed into spirit. Getting a G name for them. I don't know if maybe it's just for grandpa, or maybe it's a name first or last initial, something like that. But there's something going on with the father figure that's kind of, it's prominent in your life now. I don't know if you've been having more memories about this father figure person, or if you've been, maybe you've been feeling their presence more. Okay, you have the Emperor in the environment here. It's in terms of your relationships. And I think it's a relationship with your father. I think that's been something that you are turning toward, something that you're ready to you're ready to deal with, or something that you want to focus on, you want to strengthen it somehow, or you want to have some sort of closure in that relationship, in that energy dynamic with the father figure. You're looking for closure. The closure is the Four of Wands that we see. This is the difficulty. I think there's something difficult that we're trying to trying to have a resolution, or maybe we're trying to let go of something. Okay. You've been through a lot of things in your life that made you stronger, but you're not talking about it. I do feel like there's a need for you to communicate. I almost wonder if you need to write a book, or you need to at least write like your memoirs, or you need to journal about this stuff. Okay? Because you're not talking about it. You're not talking about all of the challenges that you've had in your life, but that stuff needs to come out of you somehow. Okay? I wonder if the father figure has taught you something about how to express your emotions. Okay? I don't know if the father figure was kind of an angry person, or they lost their temper often, or they didn't really they weren't in such great control of how they expressed their frustrations, maybe. Okay. The four, and so anyway, with the Emperor in the position of the relationships, I feel as if your relationships with other significant people in your life, friends, family members, even lovers, people that you've dated, I feel like there's always been a weird power dynamic. And I almost feel right now you have some kind of I don't know if you have some drama with a neighbor, or there's somebody that you're having kind of a battle of wills with. It doesn't feel like a family. It feels like somebody that lives close to you. Yeah, it feels like a neighbor. The Four of Wands is kind of this idea of getting off of a cycle. I think the cycle over here is ending, and we're ready to begin a new cycle. And this is going to be one, I think, with a lot more joy and love and resonance and all that good stuff. Okay, a lot more happiness here. We're getting off this very fiery kind of energy, and we're getting into this very watery energy. Yeah. Now, the Four of Wands is a card of closure. It's a card of completion. It's a card like a Four of Cups that reminds us that this position we're in now is a temporary resting place. It's kind of saying, okay, one cycle ended, we get a pause to reflect, and then we figure out the next phase of life. Okay? So you might be coming out of a very challenging, chaotic, very frenetic, stormy period of time. Now we have a moment of quiet reflection, right? And I think where we should be recording our experience in some way, writing it down, painting, drawing pictures, whatever it is, and then figuring out what we want the next phase of our life to look like. Okay? What we want it to look like. We got an Eight of Pentacles at the end. And this might be the reminder that we don't have to rush into the next thing. We don't have to try to run forward so fast. We don't have to be that, all this fire energy that just, pedal to the metal. That maybe the next phase of life we can sort of ease into it. We can figure out what we want to do as we go. We don't need a plan or a recipe. I don't really know what I want to be, but I know that I'm still going to continue to grow and do work. Kind of feels like we're just going to spend some time tending the garden. And I think that this might be a transition into more internal work for you. Yeah. That we're learning how to be present in life and how to receive the blessings of life and kind of get out of our emperor, warrior, sort of ambitious energy mode, And so tending that garden, I think, is self-care. I think it is growth. It's our physical health and well-being. It's our emotional and mental health, mental growth and expression and well-being, as well as our spiritual practice. Okay? I think these are the things for you to focus on moving forward. I think we should look at the mystery card. I want to see some air. I don't usually say that, but I would like to see a little bit. We can do an ace. We can do a 2 of swords, 4 of swords, 6 of swords would be fine. Yeah. Let's see what we have. The Ace of Pentacles. Okay. We're starting the next path, starting the next project. Yeah. And maybe this is the cycle. Maybe it is that we get fired up. We accomplish it, we reflect on it, we enjoy it for a little bit of time, but then the cycle's got to continue because we're trying to still make progress, we're still trying to grow, so there we got to take the next step and do it again. So we could be talking about a larger creative cycle for you, right? That we start the path, we get fired up, we go pedal to the metal, we accomplish the goal, we reflect on it, we feel the joy, okay, we let ourselves feel rewarded, and then we start again with something else. And this whole cycle is what is creating this very stable and steady growth in your life. Maybe this is physical growth, financial, mental, emotional, and spiritual creative growth. Okay? Because we have the 8 plus the ace gives us the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is similar to the 9 of Cups. It's growth on every dimension, every plane, right? 3, 3, and 3. And that's the 9, 3, 3, and 3. Physical, financial, mental, emotional, spiritual, creative. Okay? So I feel like this is the cycle for growth for you. And whatever the next thing is, I think you're trusting the intuition, you're trusting spirit, and you're moving into the next thing that's going to continue this path of growth and the happiness that you feel while you're doing this, right? This is very, very good. You're living a successful life, and you're living a happy life. So you got this. Just keep doing it the way you're doing it. Figure out what we need to maybe let go of, if there is that father thing or some anger or something like that that's taking place also. Keep an eye on that, and I would definitely consider some of the air energy. Consider how you are expressing yourself and how you might be able to do that more through art or through writing or journaling or speaking or anything like that, okay? How you might be able to record your experiences in some way. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading. We'll do an I Ching hexagram. We'll do some oracle cards. There is a link up top and a link down below. New readings for Taurus on Mondays and Fridays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The readings are totally free. If you want to watch the extended readings on the website, go to doveandserpenttarot.com, or you can find me on Patreon and sign up over there. Okay. Also, check out my wife's YouTube channel. She does tea leaf readings over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. Leave a comment and let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you're up to. I love hearing from you. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.